Welcome to the classic Storytime for kids. I'm thrilled to share today's story, The Tale of Tom Kitten. Let's get started. Once upon a time, in a beautiful countryside, there lived a mother cat named Mrs. Tabitha Twitchit. She had 3 little kittens named Tom, Moppet, and Mittens. Mrs. Twitchit was very proud of her kittens and wanted them to look their best. One sunny day, she decided it was a perfect time to dress them in their finest clothes for a visit. She carefully selected a lovely jacket for Tom and beautiful dresses for Moppet and Mittens. They looked adorable, but oh dear, little kittens can be quite mischievous. Once they were all dressed, Mrs. Twitchit told them to be very careful and not to get dirty. Do you think they listened? Let's see. As soon as their mother turned her back, the kittens began to play. Tom rolled around in the grass, and Moppet and Mittens chased each other through the flower beds. What a funny sight it was. Their lovely clothes got all muddy and messy. Mrs. Twitchit came back and gasped, "Oh my goodness, what happened to my kittens?" But the kittens just giggled and danced around. They didn't seem to care about the mud at all. So, Mrs. Twitchit decided they could still go out, but she changed their clothes. This time, she dressed them in simpler clothes, no fancy jackets or dresses, and off they went, still excited to visit their friends. They played outside, but oh dear, Tom spotted some lovely butterflies. He jumped and twirled, trying to catch them. As Tom leaped, he accidentally landed in a puddle. Splash! His clothes were all wet and dirty again. Can you imagine how Mrs. Twitchit felt? When they returned home, Mrs. Twitchit had a big sigh. "Kittens, you must be careful," she said, shaking her head but smiling just a little. But that didn't stop the kittens. The very next day, they found even more adventures to get into. They learned that while it's fun to play, sometimes it means getting a little messy. In the end, Mrs. Twitchit loved her kittens just as they were, muddy clothes and all. And they all lived happily, continuing their playful adventures together. And that, dear friends, is the tale of Tom Kitten. Remember, it's wonderful to play, but maybe keep an eye on your clothes too. Until next time.